Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful Today Update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Liam confronts Hope about her relationship with Thomas. In Brooke's cabin, Brooke handed over redundant candles she would had at the house and remarked that Katie was keeping Hope's kitties. Hope said she demanded all the help she could get, want to adopt some lingerie too. Brooke asked. Hope expressed shock, but Brooke said Hope knew how Brooke felt about Hope's relationship with Thomas. Brooke understood why Hope demanded to have a little fun, but Brooke did not get why it had to be with Thomas. Hope said she and Thomas had a bond, they knew and trusted each other, and she did not have to supplicate for Thomas' concentrated attention. Brooke said that attention had been compulsive and unwanted ahead. Hope replied that it was not presently, and she had it under control. Transferring Brooke on her way, Hope claimed that everything was fine. Latterly, Hope was in lingerie when she heard a knock at the door. Assuming it was Thomas, she opened it. On the other side stood Liam, who was taken suddenly by her vesture. She asked what Liam was doing there. Liam had brought Beth's resting bag, but he assumed Beth was not there. "What's this? What are you wearing?" he asked. Hope replied that it was lingerie. Liam asked if she was awaiting Thomas. Hope tried to accelerate Liam off, but he pushed back on the door, asking if they were not going to bandy the scantily sheathed giant in the room. She asked what he wanted to know. He said he had not allowed. He would wanted to know about her and Thomas. "Now you know," Hope replied. Latterly, Liam awaited by the fireplace as Hope returned in a mask. She said she wanted to decompress from a long day with Thomas. Liam asked if she indeed hurt herself, and she replied that her plans did not have to meet his blessing. He reminded her that Thomas was the same Joe who'd let them suppose their son was dead, and he said she was inviting him into Beth's home. Liam stated that he and Hope wouldn't indeed have Beth, and they'd be grieving if Thomas had had his way. Hope claimed it had been times before, not history. Liam suggested she try to imagine a life without Beth, and imagine the kind of mind it took to witness her grief and suffering and suppose, "Oh, this is going according to plan." Liam asked her to imagine it and tell him how she wanted to decompress with Thomas. Liam continued to try to remind Hope about their history with Thomas, but Hope asserted that Thomas had changed. She blatted that she had too. Liam asked what that meant. Hope replied that she was not the same woman and her world had been turned upside down when their marriage had collapsed. She said he had not offered her an ounce of understanding and had callously turned his reverse. She said she would allowed. She would known him, but she saw the world in a whole new way. She wouldn't let him judge her. Claiming not to be doing that, Liam said he was spooked for her. He told her to move on if she wanted, just not with Thomas. Hope asked if he meant that she had to leave a man who prioritized her and only had eyes for her after Liam had run to Steffi when effects had gotten hard for them. Liam apologized for hurting Hope and said they'd be connected ever because of Beth. Liam stated that he would worry about his kitties, which meant he would worry about Hope. "And damn if I do not still love you. Always will," he added. In the design office, Brooke set up Thomas, who was on his way to some regale plans. Brooke said she wanted to talk to him before he went to see Hope. Brooke cited that it had been a long emotional day and Thomas should spend time with his father or family. Thomas assumed Brooke wanted him with anyone but her son. Thomas asked what Brooke wanted him to do and if he demanded to apologize again. Brooke said apologizing did not help if he did not change his guest. Thomas claimed he'd over and over, and she would told him that she would seen the change and progression as had Hope and his family. He said Hope had said she truly believed in him. He added that he could not help Brooke's feelings and wouldn't let them affect his. Brooke said that she was also concerned about Thomas and did not want him to get hurt. Moreover, he claimed that no one would get hurt. Brooke did not get it. She stated that he was a handsome and intelligent man, girdled by beautiful women far and wide he went. Thomas thanked Brooke, but said he only wanted to be with Hope. Brooke said Hope did not feel the same way and did not love him like that. Thomas reasoned that Hope had been burned by love and did not believe in it. Brooke added that Hope wouldn't forget the pain he would cause her family, and there was no way around that. Thomas conceded that it was complicated, but the moments they participated had been inconceivable. Brooke stated that the lost Hope would find her way back, and the connection Thomas allowed. heat with her would be cut. At Forrester, Luna was nervous about Regale at the Precipice house that evening. RG said it was just family, but Luna wanted to make a good print on fashion icon Steffi. RG agreed that Steffi was a big deal, but he praised Luna for the way she would handle the major players at the fashion show. He added that his forefather formerly loved her, and the newest developer at Forrester had taken a relish to her. At the Precipice house, Steffi was worried and crying about Eric's condition, and Finn suggested that they cancel the regale that night. Steffi said she would formally transfer the kitties with Taylor, and Steffi was looking forward to meeting the woman who'd caught her family's eye. Latterly, Finn and Steffi set the table as they bandy his surprise that his kinsman was immuring at Forrester. Steffi noted that people at Forrester raved about Luna, and RJ was her biggest addict. Steffi said RJ merited a special woman. Finn replied that his mama had said the same thing about him, and look how that turned out. Latterly, Luna and RJ arrived, and Finn congratulated the choice of wine RJ had brought. Finn asked how Luna was enjoying the megacity, and she admitted that she was star-struck by the city. Finn was amazed that she was working at Forrester, and RG beamed that they could not have completed Eric's line without her. Steffi asked if Luna had been bullied working on Eric's most opulent line ever. Luna said she had been fascinated by Eric and the joy he set up in everything despite his situation. The content turned to Eric's condition and how they wished Eric would go public. Luna said effects had not been grim when they'd worked on Eric's line. RG recalled that whenever Eric had gotten frustrated, Luna would ask him about his history and the assiduity and let him regale her with stories. Steffi thanked Luna for helping RJ and Eric enjoy their time together, detracted from the illness. Latterly, Steffi and Finn admitted that they'd ordered food because they had not had time to cook. Finn was sure Luna would love the dish, unless she still had that thing about fish. Luna could not believe he would flash back that. Finn said taking his little kinsman to a seafood eatery after visiting the terrarium had been a bad idea. Finn noted that she was still just as caring and sensitive as ever. Steffi stated that it was what they demanded, minding and reliable people. Steffi was happy to be home and back at work. She was agitated to work with RJ and to get to know Luna. RG made a toast to the future. Hope's love for Thomas leads Liam shook. Liam Spencer was left odd man out. In addition, Brooke tried to get Thomas to see reason, and Luna impressed Steffi. Now let's dig a little deeper into what exactly happened. Hope for the unborn. At Forrester Creations, Thomas made it clear to Brooke that what he and Hope participated was further than just enjoying each other's company. Brooke still wasn't induced. As far as she saw it, Hope was still mourning the loss of her marriage, and Thomas should be sensitive to that. Perhaps he should give her some space. Thomas agreed to follow Hope's lead on that subject. Brooke also put up the argument that Hope wasn't in love with Thomas the same way he was in love with her and might no way be. Was Thomas really prepared to live with that? Perhaps, but he'd hope that Hope does love him, deep down outside. Brooke raved. Meanwhile, Liam reiterated that he'd always watch about and love Hope, and that meant fussing about her. And he's upset. Desperately so. What in the world was she allowing? Hooking up with Thomas of all people? Hope whizzed that this was her life now, and he was going to have to accept that. And as for her and Thomas, they're taking effects day by day. That did little to boost Liam's confidence. So it's just coitus to her. Hooking up and nothing further. That's not like her. Hope raved. Perhaps he doesn't know her. Perhaps he know he did. Perhaps he only ever loved the idea of her.